Hello classmates and welcome to yet another lesson. So in this lesson I just want to emphasize about the tax rebates, because I have noticed that there's a lot of confusion when it comes to tax rebates and how we're supposed to calculate them. So we have a tax rebates table here which shows the primary rebate, secondary rebate and tertiary rebate. So primary rebate is for anyone who is younger than 65 years of age. So anyone who is less than 65 years old falls within the primary rebate, and they are going to earn 15,714 rands. And anyone who is older than 65 years old, anyone who is 65 and older but younger than 75 falls under the secondary rebate, and they are going to earn how much? 8,613 rands. And anyone who is older than 75 years of age falls within the tertiary rebate, and they are going to earn 2,871 rands. But let me show you something, how we are supposed to work with the tax rebates. So the first example here says calculate the tax rebate for a 35 years old taxpayer. So we are supposed to calculate or to determine how much a taxpayer who is 35 years of age will earn in terms of the rebates. So anyone who is younger than 65 falls under primary rebate, and our taxpayer here is 35 years old. That means that they fall on the primary rebate. So if your taxpayer falls within the primary rebate, you are just going to take the money for primary rebate, which is 15,000, okay, which is 15,714 rands. So this is the amount that you are going to use to subtract from the money that you would have gotten from the formula that you used from the correct tax bracket that you got using your taxable income. So you were just going to subtract by 15,714 because your taxpayer falls within the primary rebate. So the second question says calculate the rebates for a taxpayer, calculate the rebates for a 67 years old taxpayer. So anyone who is 67 years old obviously falls within the secondary rebate because they are older than 65 and younger than 75, so they fall under the secondary rebate. So this is how you calculate how much a person who falls within the secondary rebate will earn from the government. So you're going to say since they fall under the secondary rebate, you also need to take the money for primary rebate. If a person falls within secondary rebate, that means that they also qualify for primary rebate. So when we calculate the rebates for anyone who falls under the secondary rebate, you need to take the money for primary rebate, 15,714, and add it together with the money for secondary rebate, which is 8,613. And then you're going to add these amounts all together, and they will give you the amount of money that this person is supposed to earn back from the tax. So it's 15,714 plus 8,613. So this means that anyone who falls within the secondary rebate is supposed to earn 24,327 rands. This is the amount that a person who falls under the secondary rebate is supposed to earn, because I have noticed that you guys just take 8,613 on its own if the taxpayer falls within the secondary rebate. If they fall under secondary rebate, you take primary and secondary as well. You don't just take the secondary rebate. So now let's go to the third one. They say calculate the rebates for a 79 years old taxpayer. So now we are calculating the rebates for someone who is 79 years old, 79 years of age, and obviously they are older than 75, meaning that they qualify for tertiary rebates. So if a person qualifies for tertiary rebates, when you calculate the total rebates that they are going to earn, you do what? You take the money for primary, you add it together with the money for secondary and the money for tertiary as well. So this is how we're going to do it. You're going to say 15,714 plus, which is this 15,714 is for primary rebate, and then you're also going to take 8,613, which is the money for secondary rebate. And then because our taxpayer falls within the tertiary rebate, you are also going to take the money for tertiary rebate, which is 2,871. So you're going to add these all together and say 15,714 plus 8,613 plus 2,871, and that gives us a total of 27,198. So this is how we work with rebates. If your taxpayer falls within the primary rebate, you're just going to use 15,714 rands. But if they fall under secondary rebate, you are going to take the money for primary and add it together with the money for secondary, and then subtract them from your previous answer. And if they fall under the tertiary rebate, you are going to take all these amounts starting from the primary, the secondary, and all the way to the tertiary rebate. So this is how we work with tax rebates. Primary rebate, you just take the money for primary rebate. Secondary rebate, you take both money for primary and secondary. Tertiary, you take everything: primary, secondary, and tertiary. And I hope that you have also understood the difference between primary rebate, secondary rebate, and tertiary rebate in terms of the years of our taxpayers. I hope this lesson was helpful, and I hope that you guys learned something from this. May goodness and grace lead you to the great heights of success.